Bet they weren't expecting that.
Nothing good happens in here. I can tell.
Well met, traveler. Archimber is the name, though most just call me Bert. You're welcome to warm yourself by my fire. Even in the south, I can't seem to keep these old bones warm. Share my fire if you like, as long as you bring no trouble with you. This war is for younger men than I. Studying the ruins. The ayleid well, specifically. It's said the light from ayleid wells has rejuvenating properties. I'd hoped to discover whether the light could be stored in a container. Such as this. Nothing as yet. I found the ruin crawling with worm cultists. I'm just an old man, more at home in books than battle, so there was no way I could reach the ayleid well on my own. Still, I hoped they'd have cleared out by now. I couldn't ask you to risk your life, but you look like you can handle yourself, and truthfully, I wouldn't mind if the worm cultists found themselves in a little trouble. Take this crystal, and use it to gather the light from the ayleid well. It'll be hard to miss. It's not outside the ruin, so it's likely in a grand chamber, and heavily guarded. Be wary. How should I know? Do I look like a man who contemplates evil deeds in darkness? I'm too old for a world grown so strange.
It's about time. Let's get started. Finally. I thought perhaps you'd gotten lost. We must be cautious down here.
Big mistake.
Oh yeah, that felt good.
Contemptible creature.
king of worms?
I can and I shall. Where is the Amulet of Kings?
You cannot break the will of a son of Yakuda. I spit on you.
So, Sai Sahan is alive and he has not been broken. An important piece of the puzzle to be sure, but where is he being kept?
Chim-El Adabal, the Amulet of the Kings of Glory, an artifact of the Divines, a badge of office for the ruling emperors of Cyrodiil, and the key to my ascendancy. Yet it eludes me. Exploiting its power to bring about the calamity of our age was intoxicating. It made me aware of the limitless possibilities available to one strong enough and fearless enough to use it to achieve his own ends. The amulet has the power to create or destroy, but it also has the power to undo the damage caused by the soul burst, to mend the tear in the barrier between Nirn and oblivion. I must recover it before some fool fixes that which must remain broken.
He knows of our plan to use the amulet to set things right. We must rescue Sai Sahan before he can be broken.
That was fun! This is gonna be fun.
The Red Guard's iron will cannot be overcome with standard interrogation techniques. Physical tortures appear to be useless. I have therefore instructed the Daedra to move Sai Sahan into the Halls of Torment. The Duchess will be most pleased to have a new guest. His flesh is strong, but perhaps her tortures of the mind will break him. I have come too far to allow this upstart sword master to thwart my plans. I will find the amulet, one way or another.
This is the information we've been looking for. At last, Sai Sahan has been taken to the Halls of Torment. Oh yes, it's Cold Harbor's most nefarious prison. The Daedra in the Halls of Torment reach deep into the dark places of a prisoner's mind and torture them with apparitions of the things they most dread. It's an effective tactic. The Daedra mock our emotional attachments and the memories that form our sense of self. Daedra have no use for such things. They are immortal. It's impossible to kill Daedra. They simply reform over time. Of course I can. I am Abner Tharn. But first, I have a bit more research to do. Go back to the Harbridge and tell Varen what we've discovered. I'll meet you there once I've made the necessary preparations.
Oh, you return. And I can sense the ayleid energy you carry, so I don't even need to ask whether you were successful. I hope you caused plenty of trouble for the worm cultists. Oh, thrilling. I can just imagine the heroics. I'm sorry. Most of the pleasures of old age are vicarious. At least I still have my research, which you've helped immensely, I must add, thank you.
Comrade, a word. Comrade, I must speak with you about an urgent matter. Seize All Colors requests you make your way to her as soon as possible. She said she hopes to make use of your prize. She said you'd understand what that meant. She and Aelif await you at the hall in Marbruk. Go well on your path. Not much you don't already know. Every blade's been turned toward the Daedra. Heard a big crew took down an anchor somewhere in Cyrodiil last week. Messy business. Landed right on top of a skirmish between the Pact and the Dominion.
Hail, chosen of the Queen. We have been expecting you. Queen Irene sent a missive detailing your arrival and orders. You are here to secure the Staff of Magnus. Safe, in our vault below the city. We have guarded it day and night. When you are ready, I shall show you into the vault.
Not another of your stories.
If you would follow me. The Wood Elves deep in the forest say there's a being called the Wilder King who shapes Valenwood.
Sounds like a load of superstition to me.
As you can see, our artisans have built some small amount of civilization amidst this barbaric wilderness. Marbruk will soon be a jewel of the Dominion in this backward territory. As one would expect, we have encountered scattered protests, nonsense about protecting the trees. The local Bosmer are disorganized and flighty. Such outbursts usually fizzle out of their own accord. Ah, the Mages Guild. If you would follow me inside. Behold the Mages Guild. The paint is still fresh, a marvelous addition to the city. Work remains, of course, but one does what one must on the fringes of the Dominion. The vault is below. Follow me.
Buying, selling. I've got what you need.
This vault holds many rare plants that no longer exist in the Somerset Isles. Do take a closer look. I am no scholar of botany, but I know something about our specimens. We found these in a Valenwood cave of all places. Alchemists pay a dear price for this plant. It will be the jewel of the royal gardens. We've been trying to transplant this unusual variety of redwort plant into Somerset for some time. Crimson Nernroot. We thought it was a Nord tall tale. Valenwood soil is not surprisingly very fertile. These specimens are bound for the royal gardens. This room holds ayleid relics uncovered across Valenwood. Interesting, aren't they? We've removed any dormant traps that we know of, so feel free to examine them more closely. I will answer any questions you have about them. This helm is actually from our own collection, but one of our Bosmer allies stole it and then returned it in exchange for a song. The tree gifts. We're not actually sure what it does. Scholars believe this relic was broken into pieces when it fell from the heavens. They believe there may be others in Hectorheim, the legendary center of the Valenwood. Our ancestors have left traces of their civilization across Tamriel. If we follow Queen Irene, our empire will one day rival theirs. Behold, the Staff of Magnus. What? What happened? Where is it? By the shining trees of Old Meris! We have been burgled! But how? I know not. We have guarded the vault day and night. I placed the staff myself. No, the vault is off-limits to all, but wait. Viceroy Pelador recently toured the vault. The Queen's business, or so he stated. The staff was present before his visit, but I did not check after he left. Unthinkable. Yet, what other conclusion can we draw? Such illusionary magic is beyond the ken of a common thief. To the surface, I must question the watch.
Easy to get lost in a place like this. I think that's one of my favorite parts about cities.
None have entered the vault save you and the Vice-Reeve. I have confirmed it. He departed into the wilderness. He said he had orders from the Queen to bring Naaman's body. He did not return. He was always foolishly devoted to the prince. I pray nothing has happened to the prince's body, too. Staff of Magnus is an extremely powerful object. There's no telling what wickedness he could achieve if he desired it. Rest assured he would not have accessed the vault if we'd had any suspicion of his loyalty. Someone must inform the Queen.
Chosen of Marbruk, your queen has
My
arrived.
prices can't be beat.
Bear witness to the glory of Queen Irene, hope of the Dominion.
Honor and praise, my friend. Do you have the Staff of Magnus? Peladil? Then it's true. He's betrayed us. My brother's body didn't make it to Marbruk either. I knew he loved Naaman dearly, but I didn't think he'd stoop to this. I will once again require your aid.
These wood elves and their forest spirits. How claws are they strange?
It is good to see you, my friend. Greenshade is far more exciting place than Raz expected. He hears now that the Staff of Magnus has been stolen, as if these rebellious Bosmer were not trouble enough. Not yet, but it is possible. The elves in this part of the Valenwood do not follow King Camoran. They claim to be subjects of the Wielder King, some forest spirit no one has ever seen. They mock the Dominion and call Queen Irene an enemy. We do not know. The Battle Reeves sent a soldier, Hazazi, to negotiate with the Bramblebreach clan, but he has made no progress. Now Raz needs to hunt for the Staff of Magnus, so he asks you, will you find Hazazi and sort this out? The Bramblebreach village is just south of Marbruk. Hazazi is there. He likes to complain, but he's a good soldier. He just needs someone with a more sophisticated negotiation style. And by the time you get back, Raz will have a lead on the staff. This one does not understand Bosmer clan politics, but as Raz hears it, the clans of this part of Valenwood have always been wild. Some even sided against King Camoran in the Blacksap Rebellion. Greenshade is the heart of Valenwood. It is very dangerous and very mysterious, and these Bosmer understand it like no others do. Raz would not be deterred, but even Camoran's Vindusk Rangers avoid traveling in this part of the forest. As always, Raz serves the Queen. She wanted to know if the Bosmer here are as scary as they sound. With the Staff of Magnus stolen, though, Raz must make that his priority. This one knows you can handle the Bramble Breach as well as he could. The obvious answer is probably the right one. Peladil. That toad fulfilled Naaman's every wish. Why should that change just because the prince is dead? Raz knew the Veiled Heritance was a disease not so easily excised. If Peladil has taken the staff, we need to find him and discover what he plans to do with it. The staff is powerful and dangerous. All of the Dominion is at risk if we cannot find it.
Step up, have a look.
Damn the mad god and his nonsense book. Sheogorath, he's made this process insufferable. I translated the last book you retrieved, but it doesn't make any sense. I can't find anything that might lead us to the next trial. I must be missing something. By all means, Circus of Cheerful Slaughter is just there on the desk. But be careful, the treachery of the mad god knows no bounds. Good luck, my friend. This time, it's almost as though the runes themselves were mocking me. I translated the text relatively quickly. You can see when you read it, the words themselves just make no sense. If you told me years ago that I'd do spell work with Shalador, I'd have called you a liar. I'm happy to do the work. It's the chance of a lifetime, but I can't help but feel I'm in over my head.
Welcome to the Circus of Cheerful Slaughter. Step right up, my mortal friend. The show is about to begin, and you're the star. You're going to perform a play. My play, actually. Wrote it myself. I call it The Folly of Isolation. It's a tragedy and a comedy. They're both at once. A tromedy. You want the next tome, right? Well, I need entertainment. I can only light Prince Malil here on fire so many times before it gets boring. You understand? Before we get to your motivation, we need to set the scene. The scene. Tamriel. The three alliances are at war, and the wee little mages guild wants none of it. They want to stand alone. Jolly good, you're paying attention. Now, this is a play in 3 acts. In each act, you'll isolate the guild from those bloodthirsty, political, warmongering sons of silkworms. By killing them. Oh, everyone. Right up to the high muckety-mucks themselves. Just remember, you wait for your cues. You kill nobody unless it's in the script. Now, let's get going. I can't wait to see it performed. Here, Malil will even light the way for you.
My soul's on fire!
Don't forget to light the brazier! Ah, you daft fool. Ha! Guess it still hasn't gotten old! I'll meet you up ahead at the bustling packed down of Heart Hotel. Shall we raise the curtain? Begin the first act? Our opening act features the Ebonheart Pact. Ha! That rhymes, doesn't it? I'm a poet, and until now, I didn't realize it. Don't be presumptuous, mortal, or I'll banish you to the Isle of Lusty Bards. Like I was saying, as the curtain rises, our Ebonheart friends are at peace. Allies. Historically, though, they've been at each other's throats. Slavery, border raids, and infighting have them primed for chaos. They just need a little push. I've written myself a part, a small but pivotal role, if you'll excuse me. Hey! You hate each other, remember?
Oh yeah, get 'em.
Spread out! Go! Join the fracas! This is your cue! Action! But wait,
Nicely done!
Why do you fight, you milk-drinking dogs?
Oh, it's simple, my king. The Mages Guild caused this infighting. It's all their fault.
The Mages Guild? This mewling puppy? You want trouble? Here's trouble for the pack!
Step on, the show must go on!
This isn't my land. I need to find my way home. He told me I could go
You'll
home.
never make a living
I
reading
only have to
all
find
day.
the way.
You need to earn some coin, the last.
Even
Are you
mages take
lost
their
too?
noses out of their books once in a while.
You have a rare mind, Belast. Not once in a century is a Mer with your talent born. We have accepted your application to join our august and storied Mages Guild.
This is the proudest day of my life, Guildmaster. Thank you. Damn the mad god! Why can't I make sense of this text? I'm such an idiot.
We now pause for a brief intermission. Would you like some cheese? No time for witty banter, eh? Fine, fine. This act features the Aldmeri Dominion. Cats and elves. I never had a taste for either, honestly. Too much fur and fancy. Let's play it by ear. The scene. Queen Ayren is addressing some of your peers. As a master thespian, you should respond to her heartfelt pronouncements as you see fit. And action!
The Mages Guild cannot turn on the Dominion so easily. You are a part of this world, like it or not.
My queen, you don't understand. The Guild does not belong to any alliance. We merely wish to study in peace and solitude.
Hey! Quiet down front! I am trying to watch the Queen's speech!
Either you're with the Dominion or you're against us. You want to be removed from this world? Fine, I'll do it for you. Here, let me show you the path to exile. You can't ignore the world around you.
Hey, Queenie! You missed a mage! This one is a member of the guild too!
Ah, good catch, Jester. Soldiers, give this mage the gift of exile.
Light it up!
Such impertinence. Razumdar, Captain Odreth, take care of this serf. Looks like I'll have to handle this myself. You face Ayren Arana Aldmeri in her full glory.
and scene. Let's move on.
The world is a cruel place, my assistants. Mages are envied their power and reviled for using it. We must have a place where we can study in seclusion. A place where all mages can be safe.
Mother, you left me. I'm all alone. The other students, the other mages, they all hate me.
You were the only one.
And now you're gone.
Ulfsild, I did it! I have created a sanctuary, a retreat that will endure for eons. I shall call it Ayleid. Sheogorath, you bastard! The Folium Discognitum wasn't worth an island. I'll get Ayleid back, even if it takes 3 lifetimes!
You didn't come home last night. I waited all night for you. Have you been working this entire time? Shaladar! Ayleid is lost! You're obsessed! Can you even hear me? I can't do this anymore. You love your spells and scrolls more than you love me. I'm leaving you. Can you hear me now? Goodbye, you stupid old fool.
Ulfi, my love? I swear I just heard you. Where did you go?
The third act always brings me down. Because it means the play is almost over. I'm enjoying this so much I don't want it to end. And the sideshows. Have you enjoyed my little illusionary performances? Very illuminating, I think. I won't tell you. I show you. That's the essence of storytelling. Show, don't tell. What do you think this is? Community theatre? Well, it isn't. This is a professional production. And you are the star. I've set the scene. We can just improvise from there. Remember, show, don't tell. Stage left, we have the founder of the Mages Guild, Magnus. Stage right, we have your old friend, Archmage Shalador. And backstage, we have Velast, your new friend and confidant in the Mages Guild. But what's this? Why, it's King Emmerich and his friends from the Daggerfall Covenant. No doubt he's got kind words to share. Take it away, Your Highness!
For perpetuating the use of magic, we hereby burn you at the stake. Let your corruption be gone from this land, once and for all.
Huh! Seems like nobody wants you around. Ha! So, this is the final scene. Save your friends. Then, I'll give you me book.
Oh, I'm in so much pain.
I love it when you do that.
I would have given up the island for her. She never gave me the chance to decide. My wife.
Scatter! Set it ablaze!
Sheogorath is so much smarter than I am. I'm like a child before him.
Books are my only friends. What happens when even books turn on me?
Bravo! Author! Author! Oh, wait, that's me. I don't know. Your performance was a bit uninspired at points. And you refused to eat cheese with me. Yes, you did make me laugh. And cry. And kick Malil in the head. I suppose that's all I could ask. Take your book. Just don't eat it all at once. The book will take you back. It knows the way. Just remember, little actor, you still have one book left. And if you thought my play was rough, just think of what's ahead.
What happened? Where did you go? Oh, I'm almost afraid to ask what happened. I hope this trial wasn't too painful. I'll start translating this book right away. We've got one more trial to go. Nice work. There's only one more trial. We'll let you know once we're finished delving through Sheogorath's madness. I was? What happened? The more we deal with him, the more I'm convinced. The mad god is a spoiled child, pulling legs off bugs just to watch them twitch. What else happened? Some kind of commentary about Shalador's goal, no doubt. He may be a child, but Sheogorath certainly knows how to make a point.
Fine goods at fair prices.
I see the messenger found you, comrade. We've discovered much since our adventure in Mizenelt. The events of the past continue to stalk us. The visions, my friend. The ayleids fled from the forces of Molag Bal and hid away the remains of a powerful relic. Merrick has taken the crystal and the tome to an ancient forge. There, he's begun the work of crafting the weapon anew. In time, comrade. First, you and I must travel afield, to the ruined city Abagarlas. It was there the ayleids went, to stop the Mortum Vivicus. Together we will understand the threat to the present in the events of the past. Comrade, you were the first person I thought of when it came time to explore a musty ruin. That is meant as a compliment. Of course, you have much to concern yourself with. When last we spoke, we had explored the dwarven ruin of Mizenelt. We found an ancient crystalline tome, left behind by a squad of ayleid soldiers fleeing undead abominations. You have my apologies, comrade. When I heard the ancients speaking of the Mortum Vivicus, I knew the past might contain more clues to solve our present crisis. I wanted to begin my research immediately. We call it the Earthforge. Merrick found it on a contract a few years ago. The maintenance constructs had long since shut down. The ruin contains the most unique blacksmithing setup. Even the basest of metals sing in its embrace. In Mizenelt, we saw visions of ancient soldiers, survivors of a strategic attack on a city of darkness. Abagarlas is that city, an ancient stronghold of Molag Bal. I expect we will learn much from those old stones.
Honest trade, honest the three.
Welcome to the ruins of Abagarlas, comrade. Ancient home to a foul den of necromancers and Molag Bal worshippers. We are here to relive the past. In Mizenelt, we saw a squad of soldiers on the run for their lives. Here, at Abagarlas, that same group was calm and in control. Together we can see what they saw, and discover what they knew about the Mortum Vivicus. After Mizenelt, I researched a way to take control of the visions we saw. Osterand was the ancient soldier charged with bearing the prismatic weapon into battle. It is through his eyes you will see. And, in turn, I will see through your eyes. The ancients stood against the Vivicus and survived. Now, Molag Bal makes ready to unleash the same relic against Tamriel again. It is my hope the courage of the long dead will save the living of today. Hold still just a moment, comrade.
It's up to you, Osterand. You bear the prismatic weapon, and the hopes of everyone in Delodil. Lenath and Kurano will hold the door from this side. Velasha and I from the other. May the sunburst guide your sword arm, my friend.
My son, you must ensure I am not disturbed. Maintaining the final phase of the Mortum Vivicus requires all of my concentration.
Master! Fool! You cannot stop the Mortum Vivicus! Oh no! Master, please! Spare me!
That was Prince Malian, scion of evil King Tamriel. He must have been left behind to defend the Vivicus. A shrine to the Prince of Lies. My stomach turns just to see it. Let's move on. By the light, that must be the Mortum Vivicus.
No! My sacred charge! Your life for the Master! Destroy! My death means nothing. The Master will still destroy. Wait! What? No, my lord! I served you faithfully!
Worm, you accomplished nothing. I removed the Vivicus to Cold Harbor. This doom will come again to Tamriel.
Comrade, over here! This is terrible, my friend. Osterond was on the verge of destroying the Vivicus, and... nothing. The rapids have grown swift, and we did not even notice. Let me explain. Do you remember the notes you took from Dosha's lair? The ones that spoke of the Vivicus? I had assumed that this relic she spoke of was a legend. Even when I heard the words of Osterond, Endera, and their companions, I thought this was a threat from a time long forgotten. But, comrade, we just saw it. The Vivicus was never destroyed. You saved Merrick from a worm cult plot to harvest souls, remember? Those souls are fuel for the Vivicus. The intact Mortum Vivicus that Molag Bal has kept hidden all this time, safely tucked away in Cold Harbor. You must go to the Forge. Help Merrick Adeswalo restore the prismatic weapon to its full potential. I will do what I can to find where he has hidden the Vivicus. Comrade, I put my faith in you. You must tell the others. Warn them. Can I count on you? I would entrust this task to no one else, comrade. You go with the weight of the Guild on your shoulders. Just so, my friend. I believe it to be some kind of relic. A massive spell capable of holding and harnessing the souls of thousands upon thousands of dead. If it had been released, if it is released, the world as we know it will end. You saw through the eyes of Osterond, one of the valiant ancients that fought and died in Mizenalt to safeguard our future. According to what we saw, it was he who slew Queen Palolel and stopped the use of the Mortum Vivicus.
How was your research trip with the Guildmaster, comrade? Truly, what happened? Were the ruins infested with undead? Stendarr's wrath would have served you in good stead. Comrade, did you say try? The Vivicus is not some long-destroyed legend? Then, when Dosha took me prisoner, she was to harvest my soul for this abomination? By all the eight! We should be moving. Aleph will await us here. Keep watch for any unfriendly faces. Come, follow me, and try to keep up. I helped to find this place years ago, Stendarr's will. Comrade, this news is disquieting. I'm glad you're here with us. I've made preparations to work the prismatic crystal, to reforge the weapon from the time of the ancients. In truth, I thought this weapon would just be a powerful symbol. It seems we have great need of this important relic. Welcome to the Earth Forge. Quite a sight, is it not? Comrade, we must restore this weapon of old. Make ready for any new plots by the Prince of Lies. I feel the strength of Stendarr flowing through my arms. Are you prepared? I shall work the anvil, form the core. You will keep the fire at the proper temperature. Many and many times must the fire be stoked to keep an even flame and flow. Use the bellows here to stoke the flame just a bit. use the valve to my other side to stoke it yet more. And for a truly fearsome blaze, pour fire salt on the coals. The lever just next to the valve releases pressure from the forge. But do not worry. I'm certain you'll do fine. Are you ready to begin? I wish it were so, but no. You and I are merely forming the core. Whatever weapon we decide to make, the runes and hilt and all of that must wait for another day. This equipment is very old and very delicate. Stendarr willing, we must try to get it right the first time. Here are the fire salts. Let's begin. Build me a small fire first, and I shall tell you when you are close. Let the fire loose now. Give it all you can. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. That's the fire I'm looking for. Stand back. I shall prepare the core. Now I'll need a larger fire, comrade. Double the heat of the last one. More heat. Make it hotter. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. Ease up now. The fire is very close. What have you done? The pressure has grown too great. Now we have to start over. More. Make this fire remind me of Sentinel Sands. Give it more. Get the flames large enough to make Lecky blush. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. Ha! Feel that heat? Just a moment and I'll prepare the core. Now we need an even hotter fire. The largest yet. Twice the size of the last one. Keep it coming. The heat's rising, but we're not there yet. Not quite there yet, comrade. We've got a ways to go. These flames are starving. Feed them as much as you can. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. Ease up now. The fire is very close. Stendarr's wrath, that fire is hot. Just a moment, comrade. I'll prepare the core. We've done it! Very well done, comrade. Excellent work, oh my comrade. Together there is nothing we cannot do. We are well on our way, I can feel it. We'll have to tinker with it to see what... Stendarr's grace, what's that noise?
Fools! Do you truly think you could hide that trinket from the god of schemes? The people of Abagarlas serve me even in death. My devoted, kill them. Kill them and bring me the crystal.
My Magnus will destroy you!
That blasphemy must not be allowed to be reforged. Bring that crystal to Cold Harbor.
For the Lord of Brutality.
Remember this day, mewing wretches. My followers serve me, even in death.
Stendarr shield us. The Earthforge overrun with undead. That was Molag Bal himself. Did you hear his voice? Made my blood run cold. That such an evil thing could be right here, in our midst. I do not know. Perhaps he somehow can track the core itself? If the Prince of Lies is planning to use the Vivicus once again, the prismatic weapon is a threat to his plots. No, not just yet. We came so close. Don't worry, though. I can complete the final steps on my own. This weapon will yet see the light of day, mark my words. The Mortum Vivicus will yet be destroyed. You have the right of it. I'll speak with the Provost Generals and post some guards. If undead can come boiling up out of the mountain at any time, there's no telling what might happen here. Yes, we should be going. We must find Seize All Colors and inform her what has happened here. Lead on, comrade. By Stendarr! Are you all right, Aleph?
What happened in there? How do these worms find the forge?
We were finishing up when they appeared. They were after the crystal and tome. How did they know? How did they know about this place?
Aleph does not know. Merrick, this whole thing is madness. She has us hunting Daedra, and now they come calling on our doorstep.
Aleph, behind you!
Aleph, Merrick, I do not rest easily.
Dark Moons! Guildmaster Iceblade, what's happening?
I was murdered, comrades. Seek my killer. Let me find peace.
Yafnir, wait! Who killed you?
Interesting. Very interesting. Aleph has her suspicions. Yafnir murdered? The whole guild will hear of this. And Aleph's suspicions.
This is unbelievable. Stendarr's horn. We all thought the Guildmaster died in his sleep. I'm sorry, comrade. I knew Yafnir a long time. You're right. We need to report in. So much has happened. I think I'll let Aleph lead the way this time. Come.
Were you successful? Have you forged the weapon? We have more need of it now than ever, my friend, as you well saw. What has happened, comrade? I do not like the look on your face, or the scowl Merrick bears. the god of schemes himself, has taken notice of our quest. We're all in murky water now, comrade, and the current grows swift. What? Yofnir murdered? This is dire news, comrade. The Council must be told straight away. There will have to be an investigation. Thank you for standing beside us on this of all dark days. Merrick, Aleph, and I will confer with the Council of Provost Generals. We'll want to talk about the attack and this revelation about Guildmaster Iceblade. We'll contact you again when there's more to discuss. Until then, comrade.